Oh God, this silence is so loud. They've murdered silence, and now a horrendous cry for justice pierced the darkness that was once home. But of me the need arises for me to see and hear the rattling of bones arising as cadaver. This unbound mummy must fill out with the hope that we can ride the four winds again and be free, embracing the hope that we can still win. Yes, win, still win. Gagged in our own feces, we've turned our prayers to wishes. We forget to breathe. We are in the last rows as a mammal about to bring forth a neophyte. For 62, old enough to make us fools, yet young enough to make our time. Time for a change. Change from the inside out, wash our tongues clear of guile, our hearts free from disguise. We thirst the wind of the spirit, fiercely fight to survive, we thrive. To breathe above the drowning water, we forget what it feels like, or we never really knew what to feel like. For why do we defy the laws of gravity? Viral are things that do not speak of mastery. When what shoots up in the Niger area stays up, a country that speedily turned rich backwards, we jumped from our colonial laps and gained 800 to the white man's pound. Is it our oil in the south or the gold in the north, and the gems scattered like stars in God's sky, and yet it no longer feels like home? For hope is a speck of dust in the desert dunes. The white man's land is seducing us away from the tentacles of our roots. I hope without hope that this hope that I hope upon is not lost forever. For a time when Tokumbo was an envied name and not a third-hand good. When the graduate is not an expert at touting and wetting palms. When Tunji's salary like Houdini does not disappear before he gets home. Iluayekbe, I hate to think that my children will remain slaves in what was once home. I hate to think that I, South, can no longer freely marry the dust of the Northers, bearing freely my naked chest with the hand claps of my brothers. For I passed by the road my dad constructed 3 decades ago, and like Jacob's Bethel, it is there to this day. But I passed by the road constructed yesterday, and like magic, potholes and gullies that have swallowed up our future. But I have a dream that my children and their children and their children's children will find a place called home. I have a dream of a land where the pauper and the populace will sit and down wine of our collective wealth. I have a dream of a land where education is truly freedom, where democracy is truly power to the people, a road that will not turn women barren and make wives widows. 344, 276, 113, 27, and 15, a remnant of our children that will sit in a classroom and not equate education as a license to be dragged, murdered, gagged, and beaten. We grow as a people who never saw the light, who never knew its flight, who never had to fight. For we are scattered for fright, we spin in forever cycles, always ambling back to where we first began. Iluayekbe, I have a dream that one day wisdom is your priceless gold, and truth the enthroned good, that merit is your crowned queen, and sycophancy the extinct creed, meeting greed with integrity, now so we be with excellence, meeting religion with faith and hatred with love, for we are all that we have, what we never had. So let us light up as flames on the fox's tails. To arms! Let integrity be your artillery to beat down impunity. Your empathy be the artillery to beat down brutality. And patriotism be the end of disunity. Let true democracy be the end to despotism. Beat down nepotism. Embrace altruism. Arise, arise as a remnant of the flickering candle. This light mustn't go out. We become flames of fire. We minister to the eyes that's frozen our hearts cold with apathy. Let us fight for our collective freedom. The cock crows are done. Get off your knees, no longer at ease. You're not refugees. Pump your fists, let's cross the streets. Do not run for the hills, just unfreeze. Beyond these policies, we will hold on to old prophecies and sink our teeth in the belief that our whispers will crescendo into a chant that will be heard. The rings of freedom will be loud, the call to singing and not wailing in the area that is our beloved country. Mother will say, cry not, the beloved country. It is sunset, but Mother tells us to arise and pull the sunrise back up the eastern sky to forge a future through this world and breach the sleeping giant with a new blood. And let us wave the flag white for a place called home. Oh God, direct our noble cause.